can you talk a little bit about like all the different ways that you tried to finance it, and then how you ended up with using, why did you end up using a hard money lender?
It was my first time kind of going through this process. And so I had Stacy who was, willing to help me. And the hard money lender, basically, if you go with SBA loan or a conventional lender, they're going to want to see financials. They want to know that you've owned at least, one facility before in like some cases. And so given that it's my first time, it's a loss-making facility. It was just going to be hard to find someone to get that deal done. And so a hard money lender was kind of the only option, the only and probably the best option there. And so it was a loan of 800,000. So they went up to 80% loan to value, interest only, and no prepayment penalty for the first 6 months. So I had a facility that was doing $6,000 a month in revenue, and my loan payment itself was $6,000. And so all the expenses I kind of had to pay out of pocket in the initial phase.
Yeah. So the first, so and then so your first, so the loan was 6,000. You were making 6,000. How
Correct.
long did it take you? And kind of tell everybody the process of like when you took it from like it was complete. Essentially, it was completely empty, right? It was a brand new facility that was just completely empty, and you had to lease it up. And how
Correct.
did that process work?
So, I mean, luckily the owner already had easy storage solutions set up. So that kind of made my job easy. So I just, ran it as it was. I added in, the owner had all the phone calls going directly to him or his wife. And so I implemented a 1 second, how do I change this? I implemented a call center in place. So as you can see here, this number, it's a call center with easy storage solutions kind of offers this. So that helped me a lot since I'm not very good at answering my phone and I didn't want any calls to be missed. So yeah, I had a call center in place and that definitely helped me. The Google My Business page, I made sure this was totally filled out. I asked, customers to leave me with a review. I give tenants $10 off if they leave me a review, no matter whether it's a good or bad review. And so that definitely helped me. I added in more photos in here. And so yeah, all of those things definitely helped with my lease up. One of the main things I would say is I cold called the neighboring facilities and I had conversations with the managers. As you can see, we have a AAA storage, Texas storage. This guy has been 100% full for a while. So I probably got at least 20 move-ins just from him, which was where a bulk of my leasing came from. I gave him $75 per move-in. And so I was just paying him kind of on the first of the month and mailing him a check for every one that he sent my way.
So instead of using Sparefoot, you just decided to go and work with some of your competition and see if they could send you some leads.
Actually, I use Sparefoot as well. Sparefoot helped me out, but Sparefoot's expensive. So I didn't put a very high bid. I just put 1.75 times the monthly rent as my bid. So yeah, on a $200 move in, that was 350 going to Sparefoot.
Okay, we have a couple of questions. So let me ask, what's the current occupancy?
Current occupancy is a little bit over 80%. This is my unit mix. But I'm adding in, all these units as well, so that the software is going to show it as a little bit lower, showing it as 53%.
Yeah,
As you
that's what happens. That's what happens to us too.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so are you putting those all in as new construction?
Yeah, all these units here, those are all new construction units. I'm adding in some 5x10s, and 10x30s that are going to be right across each other. And then down here, it's going to be some 5x5s, 5x10s, and 10x10s.
Cool. So how much? So how many units are you putting in? How much is it costing you? Just
This is
curious.
51 units. It's
Okay.
costing me a little bit over 300,000.
Well, that's
Um,
not bad.
Not bad. It's not bad, and it should take up the value of this property to two 2.3 million. After
Whoa.
all that, yeah,
Yeah. So you bought it for $1 million, and now you're going to spend 300,000 and get it to $2.3 million.
correct.
That's
Yeah,
awesome. So actually, you'll make like $1 million on the deal.
hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, around. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, Mark, we have more questions. Can you tell us more about your due diligence process?
So the due diligence process was calling up the competitors, figuring out what their rental rates are and how much I can push mine. That's the very first thing I look at. I fill out Stacy's deal analyzer, and I'm just looking at what the potential rent can be. The other thing is, usually you want to get appraisals done. You want to get a phase one. I got a feasibility study in this for this deal, so that was expensive. I audited with Self Storage 101. That was about 6 to 7 grand, but that told me, what the future valuation could be and whether it makes sense to buy it and add more units. So that was very helpful. And yeah, that was the main part of my due diligence process.